Okay, this reading is for Scorpio, and I don't have the cards laid out. I usually do have them laid out, but the year ahead for Scorpio, I know you've asked me to use the Crow card, and I apologize, whoever sent me that message, that I didn't get this up sooner. I've been trying my hardest, so I'm really sorry, but I have my Crow cards just especially out for you. So this is the year ahead for Scorpio. It is a reading that I made myself. If you would like a personalized reading for the year ahead for yourself, please see my website. The reading is on special right now. If you're in America, you get an extra discount off of it because the exchange rate is very good right now. So it's about I think it's $50 for the year ahead reading, and that it's over an hour long. This is just a sample that I give. Obviously for a YouTube video I have to do it pretty quick and it's pretty general. Everything that I lay out on the table, it's because I felt something intuitive for you. That's when I focus on your energy. And what I most got for Scorpio in the year ahead, what I'm seeing is pastel colors. So this is why the light pink and purple, well, they look blue on the camera lens, but they're actually purple. So the year ahead and this really light colored quartz that I have here in the rainbows. So I found a lot of pastel colors for you, Scorpio, which is very, for me, odd against your energy. But I'll see if more comes up in the reading about that. Let's see. It feels like a very soft year for you, and a little bit in friction with the often spirited or highly passionate and jealous and extreme in their emotions Scorpio. It seems like a very pastel-y year, if that means anything to you. Okay, so my year ahead for Scorpio, I'm going to lay the cards out, and then I'll explain their meaning to you. The year ahead for Scorpio, this is for all of 2019, not just this month. So this applies even 6 months from now, 12 months from now. Come back and look at this video, and I'll explain the meanings of all this once I got them laid out. Sometimes I like laying them out where I don't see them and turn them over one at a time because it's exciting for me too. The year ahead for Scorpio 2019. And these are the Crow cards, and they're not available anymore. Okay, I'll lay those cards out for now, and I have another card I'm going to lay out at the end. So the year ahead for Scorpio. This is a very extremely creative card. It is the card of the artist, and I love that these colors that I see here, it's right here. This is what I saw for you. All these colors, the pastel colors, when I focused on your energy before I pulled the cards. So the opening message for you is that it's going to be a very creative year for you. And Mother Earth is in a very creative number combination itself. The Mother Earth is in a number 3 vibration, just like you see on this card, and it's all to do with creativity, psychic energy, and everything that comes from that side of the brain. It's not a thinking year. It's a year of receptivity, things coming to you, creative energy, nurturing, intuition, mother's instinct. Pay attention to that mother's instinct. And almost every single person that I've done a reading, these 2019 readings for, if you look at them all, everybody came out with the number 3. So everybody is going to be resonating very strongly to that energy. And how different people handle it, it'll be different for each person. Scorpio, I feel like this energy can be a bit intense for you, like you don't know what to do with it, because Scorpios tend to be a little bit extremely psychic, but a little bit extreme. You know, their energies can knock things over, their energies can break things, their energies can hurt people. But just focusing on the meaning of this card, your opening message for this year, it's going to be a very a very intensely creative year for you. If you need to do something, if you're drawn to do artistic things, do it. That doesn't mean that you're going to be Picasso or that you're going to be some great artist. What it means is that you need color in your life, and that painting and using color is a very creative activity. It's a very healing activity. Whether you just get out a canvas and throw paint on it like this. I mean, all my paintings are done intuitively. These are meditations for me, and I teach this. I give classes on this, of how to heal through painting, how to open up intuitive channels through painting. So it's pretty amazing. That's exactly what I felt for you. That's why I put this and this here, you know, all those creative energies. And it's your secret to your intuition. If you feel like, because that's the trouble Scorpios have. Some of them, their issue is their ego gets in the way. They're brilliant when it comes to intuition, but sometimes they're extremes and their own ego gets in the way. It's their own worst enemy. So your opening message this year, any creative notions that you have, just go for it. Just go to the store, go to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree now. You can buy everything that you need just for a few dollars, and just throw some paint down. Just play. Use your fingers. Do whatever. Cut out pieces of paper. Do whatever, you know, and throw it in the paint and paint. Just do whatever. This is your message this year, okay? So we're going to move on from that. So it's going to be a very creative year for you, Scorpio. Next, we have the Queen of Cups. So she's the mother, okay? And this is, again, a number 3 card. It doesn't say the number 3 card, but her energy resonates. If I could show you this card on another card, you would see that it's a woman. And it's always showing creative things. She got the sea behind her. Down here it says shaman or enchanter, but I read this as being somebody who's very nurturing, very psychic, very intuitive, very watery, very emotional. Okay, so how to achieve your goals and dreams this year is to stay in the energy of what Mother Earth is bringing forth, because so many people are just going to be feeling creative and psychic and nurturing, and they might feel like, okay, I never cried in my life, and all of a sudden I'm crying over stuff. What's going on? Okay, and that applies for men and women. Hormone issues that could be very intense and very strange for you, but that's the way it's supposed to be, so don't fight it. So your goals and dreams would manifest by being, first of all, the queen of your world, but being very nurturing to other people and following that gut instinct. Following spirituality is very important. Psychic ability is very important in this year. And just flowing with that in this year. Next, you have the Knight of Wands, and it said shapeshifters and change on it. And it says the actions to take, and this is a card telling you to take action. It's not a year to be passive. Even though this queen, she seems passive. She's using passive energy to draw things to her. She's receptive rather than charging out to get things, but it's actually telling you any psychic any intuitions that come to you or dreams that tell you to do things, you must take action. You must take action on what you want, what changes you want to make. Take actions on any creative urges that you have. It is a year of taking action in a big way. Okay, you're not to remain passive. You know, if you are, it would tell you very clearly. Some people, they're told, you see the hangman in the reading that's telling you the approach to take is surrender to divine will, okay? But you're telling, listen to divine will, but go after what you want in a big way. This is, to me, the fire, the Scorpio, go for it, you know? Okay, so what is departing from your life? Isn't that interesting? So what's departing? What you should let go of for 2018. This is what 2018 was about. So here we talk about taking action, and this is a very passive card. Departing energies is the passive energy of the hermit. The hermit was somebody who would go up in the mountains and be alone and sit alone with nature for a very long time. That's passing. You should not be doing that. Last year, maybe you learned about meditation. Maybe a lot of wise teachings came to you. This is the year to take action on that. It's not the time to be hiding away in the mountains and meditating, or hiding away in your house and meditating and not facing the world. This is the year to get out there and take action. Now, another card of extreme action, and this is central to your reading, Scorpio. This is about getting out there into the world, but this person is also a channel. So there's a lot talking to you about all the psychic energy that you have. Use it constructively. You're going to be getting a lot of messages, and it's a very feminine year. It's a year about cleaning up planet Earth. It's a year about respecting women and loving your mother and sticking up for women and honoring the female side of you gentlemen that are watching, because I feel like this is a man's reading for some reason. Maybe the person that contacted me and asked me to use the crow cards was a man. I don't know, but it just feels like for some reason I'm addressing a man mostly when I'm reading this. But this is for all Scorpio, and it's for anybody who sees this. It's a year to get very in touch with your feminine side, but it's not a passive year. Things that you have learned, wisdom that you have learned from other years, and the wisdom that's coming to you through the intuitive energies this year are telling you to go forward in a very big way. And this is really central to your life in 2019. It will not be a passive year. If you felt stuck in any area, you are going to move forward now. And you're encouraged to move forward. And next you have another 7. 2 sevens in a row here. So future opportunities and energies. It tells me now, what is the 7 of Swords? It's kind of a card that tells me, let's see, cultivate and prolific, which really doesn't mean a lot to me. 7 of Swords tells me, what it reminds me of is somebody stealing from the rich to give to the poor. I always considered the Robin Hood card, the 7 of Swords. You know, maybe you're working in an environment that is not so positive, but you find a way to make it positive for other people. You find a way to use what you've learned from some not so positive situations, and you find a way to use it for good for someone else. So it's almost like a little bit of sneakiness here. But this is an opportunity. You have an opportunity to take from a situation that might not on the surface be ideal, and you take something from there and you use it in a way that's very positive for your life and other people's lives. So, but you're doing it in a rather sneaky way. You don't need to tell people about it. Let's put it that way. So there's an opportunity to kind of sneak away with something to use to your advantage and to the advantage of other people. Okay, but you're not telling people about that. So obstacles and how to overcome them this year. So this reminds me, we're back to that cup energy that I felt. You see that cup that's up there? It was also on the Queen of Cups, you know. Back to that energy. Let me see, where's my queen here? So we're back to that. You see the big cups? What I was saying about that energy being difficult for Scorpio. Because Scorpio tends sometimes, they're often their biggest downfall. They're very gifted people. If anybody out there that knows a Scorpio, you know their energy, they're magnetic to people. They're also extremely psychic. They don't often get how extremely psychic they are and how extremely magnetic. But Scorpios tend to have huge egos, and they can hurt people with their energy. People that are of a watery nature tend to get overwhelmed when they're in a room with a Scorpio because they can be so intense energy. And Scorpio wants to be the leader and to be in charge. And so you're challenged this year, this moon energy and this mystical energy that is around, all this creative feminine energy, this nurturing energy, this put the ego aside energy, bow down to the feminine, is going to be a little bit hard for some of the Scorpios out there. So this is your challenge this year, is communicating with love and dealing with all this mystical energy. And I find this card relates to this card because all this creativity that's coming out of you and all this stuff that's, you're suddenly crying and you don't know why. And this is going to be difficult for you, Scorpio, but it is asking you to tame down your ego, okay? Talents that you will be expressing. Talents. So you're able to be very fair this year, and that's because of your intuitive ability is coming out of you in a more feminine way rather than being used in a masculine way to overpower people, which you often don't need to do, Scorpio. I understand that, but your talent this year is you're going to be able to equalize any situation that's going on. It's a good card to go with you because you're very intense. This is the intenseness of a Scorpio. So a lot of balancing for you, able to help other people. I felt like the Seven of Swords is telling me that in this, the equalizer, you're able to intense situations in people that are in hardship, people that are in legal trouble. You're able to help them see the truth, helping them to overcome, helping them balance their energies this year, even though you're having some difficulty with it, but you're able to help others. Okay, my battery went dead, so I cut off. So I laid all the cards out again just to end this video with an overview. Here we were here, and what I was saying, what I feel like for you, Scorpio, this year is that you're told to take the wisdom that you used from the past and bring it forth in this year, and that you're supposed to be a champion for a cause. And I feel like it's something to do with the environment. I also feel like there's a person that's somehow involved with the native things that are going on, the protests against the pipelines and what they're doing to pollute native lands and all of our lands and all of our water. And you're going to somehow be involved in that, but you're a champion for the cause. Like, to me, this looks like the native protesters. Here's somebody in camouflage. So, and a lot of fire energy here. You're to go ahead and be a champion for the cause, whatever that is. And I feel it really is something to do with Mother Earth, but also feminine issues. Keep in mind that you're to be to express creatively this year as a way to balance your energies and to bring healing forth and your intuition forth, and to deal with all the intense energies of the earth this year. Whether, I'm telling you, just throw some paint down somewhere, get out some crayons, do whatever. The color I get for you is like a light purple. It's the same light purple that I used on the table and in this crystal. I see that around you intensely. That's all to do with intuition. Now, in somebody else's reading, I seen deep purple, so those vibrate differently. It's a light purple, which is, to me, a soft, loving, gentle, nurturing of some sort. But at the same time, I see all this fiery energy that you're to go forth and be a champion for the cause, whatever that cause is. You're somehow taking something from someone else to help someone less fortunate. So, like, for me, this reminds me of somebody stuck at a toxic job, but then when they prayed about it, they were told, and there's a video on my channel about that, they were told to stay in the toxic job because they were able through that job to somehow help other people. So it might not on the surface they were able to help, but within staying there, they were able to find a way to help other people. So keep that in mind, that this year to help other people. The card to end your reading. And again, keep in mind, come back to this video again and again throughout the year, because this could be December. These events happen, that you really start to manifest some of this, you know, and you're being told once again, the wands, you had the Knight of Wands and you got the Page of Wands. Communicate with conviction. Communicate is the key. Fire, action, getting out there, getting your message out there, communicating with others in a way that helps this world. It's not about you this year. You're going forth and you're helping the world in some kind of way. You got the 2 pages here. But this is in the obstacles. The obstacle is dealing with this watery emotion when you want to be explosive and egotistical, and that's not the way to go. So you're going to get out there and help the cause, but you're not going to use violence. You're going to be smart and creative and wise about how you help your cause, okay? Now, I pulled one more card. I did it off camera because my battery went dead and I wanted to have it ready. And look what I got. This card amazes me because it's so much like these 2 fiery energies that you got here. And it's the Fire Prince, and it's optimism and aggression, but being aggressive in a very smart way, okay? Not hurting other people. You're a very fiery sign, and often you hurt other people without even knowing because your energy is so intense. So when you get in the room with an empath or somebody with a super sensitive energy, it hurts them in a way you never realize. But you're still going to have that intense energy, but you got this light purple light, which is, it seems like to me, you're very empathic this year as well. And you might have some difficulty dealing with that. That's why it's telling you to be creative. But this card is optimism and aggression. The Fire Prince. You get out there. Because of your magnetism and because of the type of energy a Scorpio has, they're very good at getting people swayed in the direction of their cause. So this, to me, is when I pull this card, I asked the most important message that you needed to hear for this year. So if there's Scorpios watching this that felt like in other years they had to retreat and that the world was shutting their message down, now is the time to go forward and be very aggressive, but not in a way that hurts people, but in a way that burns away what no longer is needed on this earth, you know. So I just feel like my main message to you is that you're going to be a champion for the cause, for a cause bigger than yourself, okay? So leave me your comments below, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified. I'm going to try to do more of these videos. I'm really going to try to make a weekly video or a daily video, or I don't know, whatever comes forth out of me this year. But so there you have it, Scorpio. Love and peace.